Hi guys, Wayne's Butler here. Well, as you can see, we got another diorama in the process. Now, I first want to talk about my channel for a bit. Now, I guess the whole reason why I brought my channel out is because I wanted to, build dioramas and, review figures to display them in. And I wasn't really going to do a video on this particular diorama because wasn't something I was going to spend a lot of time on, although it's kind of turned into something different here. But it's for the Catwoman, the 92 Catwoman, the Michelle Pfeiffer. Now I realize Hot Toys is going to be coming out with that some point in the future. Now, I can bet you $100 you won't see that till next year. So I was able to get this thing at a really, really cheap price, and I was still in the Tim Burton Batman mode, so I thought, well, I had some dioramas that kind of popped in my head when I started thinking about the figure, so I thought, well, I was able to pick it up real cheap. I'll talk about it more when I get it. I don't have it yet. I should be getting it next week. So I thought I was going to, I was just going to build a bit of this building and build a stand and kind of, call it a day. But in my usual style, as the things unfolded here, it started to develop into something that's a little bit more detailed. I want to kind of get away from the whole showcase thing. Now, because this figure isn't a high-ranking official when it comes to my figures, I won't be going in a showcase, so I'm not restricted by that really in any way. So I thought I'd go a little bit wild here from a three-dimensional standpoint. And as you can tell, or maybe you can't, but it is going to be a scene from when Catwoman approaches the mugger for the first time in the alleyway. It's going to be a small section of the alleyway, and the building you'll notice in the background with the door in the center. It's a short building. It's probably maybe a utility room of some type, and so it doesn't have to be enormously high, and it does have a bit of concrete work around the top edge. So I got to build a door for this. It's going to be pretty much exactly like the interrogation room from a construction standpoint, but obviously it's a different design. And the other thing about this dial, I got to build it like it's in the summertime, and then I got to make it like it's in the wintertime. Now, as you can see to the left of the dial here, this is the stuff that I'm using. It's called Woodland Scenic stuff. I mean, if any of you guys have been into dioramas, railway stuff, anything like that, you've probably come across it. Anyways, this is the soft flake snow, and this stuff here is a flex paste. Now, what the flex paste I use for is you create the drifts and stuff around the edges and creates the undulations, in the snow, so you don't have to use tons of this stuff. And this stuff here, it's called Water Effect. Now, what I'm going to be using that for, you take a piece of wax paper and you can squeeze out your icicles. I'm going to be hanging a few. I don't want to go too crazy. Just a couple around the edge here, and there's going to be some snow built up here. I mean, I've never actually built anything. I've done some small scale snow dioramas, so I have some idea what I'm going to be doing, but nothing this large. I'm curious. I'll probably run into this stuff. And again, I wasn't really going to even put lighting in it. I was just going to do a bit of this wall and make it kind of a stand out of it. But I thought, well, it's got to have lighting. So what I'm using, guys, is this LED strip here. Got it from Home Depot. I've used it in my Joker interrogation room. I like it. It's 110. I usually take that and relocate it. So I mean, they'll go in here. I made some little covers for it. They'll go in there, and then another one will go in here. It'll shine up. I tested the angle last night, kept the angle right, so it's going to shine right up on this building here. So if I have the Catwoman or the Batman or Spider-Man, anything, another great thing about the dial, up here, it will shine right up on him. It looks quite nice. Or, I'm going to have her posed here with the whip or whatever I plan on doing. Again, this light here, it spans out quite good, so it covers, everything here is lit up, but it's kind of dark, like it is actually in the movie. So it should look good. And the door here, like I said, and then there's a light comes out, you'll see, and there's also, looks like a air compressor intake, which another indication this is probably some sort of utility room. And you know, we'll see how things develop. This is kind of in self-build mode. It's kind of building itself now. I already know everything that's happening, but you know, the only real way I can kind of describe this dial, guys, and kind of humor me a little bit, but it's kind of like if the rooftop dial and the interrogation room got together and had a kid. This is probably what the kid would look like, because it has a little bit of both in it, but it has its own uniqueness. Now, I'd have to assume maybe the rooftop is probably the female, because we do know they do like it on top. Now, come on, guys, that's not what I was thinking. I'm talking about women in politics and big business. Bullshit. But anyways, so I think that's about it. Probably next weekend I might have this done. I want to really get this done quickly now that the figure's coming. And we'll see how it turns out, guys. Wayne's Butler signing off. Peace and love to all.